Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Meet the Experts. What the heck is Meet the Experts? Well, let me tell you. Meet the Experts is a great place for a small business owner, entrepreneur, thought leader, coach, consultant to talk about their business, their products, their services. Talk a little bit about them, right? Get to know them before you have any business dealings with them. And it's a great way to do it on video. It costs the business owner, it costs our guest nothing to be a guest, which is really, really cool. And then we give you the video afterwards. And if you want to learn how to be a guest on Meet the Experts, stick around till the end of the episode and definitely pay attention to this episode because I think it's going to be chock full of really, really cool, actionable items. Again, my name is Jay Vix, and this is episode like 60 something. I'm not sure. I think 61 or 62. But I am so grateful to the Meet the Experts show, to the podcast. We call it the anti-podcast around here, because of all the cool people that I've been able to meet and dialogue with and learn about. I mean, I love this as a lifelong learner. This is one of the coolest and most rewarding things that I've ever done. And today's going to be no different for sure. Coach Chris is coming up. Christopher Klesh. We're going to have him come up in just a second and talk about travel and lots of cool travel hacks and things that you can be doing in your life to save some money and travel really, really excellently. So without further ado, let's get him on here. And after the episode, I will tell you exactly how you can become a guest on Meet the Experts. So without further ado, Coach Chris, how are you, my friend?
I'm great. Pleased to be here. Thank you, Jay.
Absolutely. Super excited to have you. I love the baseball jersey moniker, the travel coach thing. We spoke on our sound check pre-interview, like to get to know each other a little bit. And you talked to me about a credit card. I want to get into that later. That I just thought was brilliant. I had to do it. I had to get it. I got it. My wife got it. Like it's awesome and going to help us with our travel. And so really, really, really been looking forward to this episode. So without any other side notes, tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm known as Coach Chris. I retired at age 52, worked for the Bell system. I was an executive with AT&T. And when I retired, I loved to travel. I had a passion for travel. I took one of those deals, sign here, here's another year's pay. And I'm not a Motel 6 guy. I like to go first class. So I've been around the world twice. Museums, Broadway. I'm an athletic guy. I've been to Wimbledon, the President's Cup in golf. I like to play golf. And so, but now, especially now after COVID, travel's become expensive. We have inflation now. Obviously, the country's $22 trillion in debt. And the problem comes up, how do we pay for this? I think the best things in life aren't the things. Look, hell, this is no Rolex. It's a $30 Costco watch. But I think your audience would agree, you would agree, Jay, that the best things in life aren't the material things. They're your health, your family, your friends, and those precious memories and experiences. And a lot of those memories and experiences come through travel and leisure, whether it's the family vacation, the weddings, the business trips, girlfriends trips, the reunions, anniversary trips, like you said you're taking. And it's all about those memories and experiences. But the problem with this economy, hell, the country's 22, 23 trillion in debt now. We got Biden now forced to fly coach on Air Force One. Hell, I saw a guy coming out of Costco with just one roll of toilet paper. Dollar stores, people putting stuff on layaway. I was in Hollywood, last month, pimps driving Kias, mafia families dining at the Olive Garden. Paris Hilton, canceled her dog's yoga lessons. I mean, it just goes on and on. So what I like to believe in, my expertise, and you interview the experts, is empowering the insider secrets now, the loophole secrets, how to travel in luxury for pennies on the dollar, literally pennies on the dollar. What that does is bring families together, enables families to get together so their memories and experiences can last forever. That's my goal. I've been doing it for 20 years. And I've been speaking all over the country. I speak to association groups, seniors groups, the Dale Webb communities, etc. I've been on many podcasts, and I enjoy doing it. I do it myself. And what I basically do is just share with the audience, such as yours, what I've learned, and just show the audience some basic tips that it's important. Because, like I said, the best things in life, they're not the things. They're your memories and experiences. And another thing, it's not the years in your life, but it's actually the life in those years that matter. And especially after COVID, where people were cooped up and then social distancing, weddings were canceled, vacations were canceled. And now we're at the point, obviously, COVID's over with. People are now vacationing. There's obviously, as we watch the news, problems with airlines and accommodations. But the big thing is, how do we pay for it? In other words, everybody wants to go on a first-class vacation. They have a bucket list, whether it's a cruise, or they want to go to Broadway, Las Vegas. I'm a ski bum. I ski 2 months a year. How do we pay for it? And so that's my expertise. It's like a drug that's, I take intravenously. I interviewed concierges, hotel executives, airlines executives, anybody I can, to just garner all this information that really gets down to the bottom line. There's many books written on travel and leisure, but really the insider secrets are loopholes. They're not in the books. If they were in the books, they'd be blocked. They wouldn't be there. So I concentrate with my audience and my expertise to show people the real insider secrets, how to, do this luxury travel literally for pennies on the dollar.
Well, let's talk about that. So what are some of the main products and services that you're offering, and then who do they help?
Well, they help everybody. Anybody wants to save money on travel. Whether they're a multi-millionaire or they're the typical family going on their vacation. So I could help basically anybody that travels, anybody that wants to fly for free. But if you look at a travel budget, the typical, let's just take the average family, on their vacation, the two biggest expenses in travel are airfares, number one, and accommodations. Now, airfares have gone way up. There's inflation isn't 6 or 8% with airfares. It's more like 30, 40%. And also, if you're a business frequent flyer traveler like I am, and you are, I'm sure, using frequent flyer miles, all the airlines have raised the number of miles needed for trips. So inflation has impacted that. And accommodations have gotten more expensive. So those are the two areas I focus on. So to give your audiences, let's take airfares, for example. The biggest tip I give about airfares is pick the airline that you usually fly to get you to your destination. Everybody's different, but every airline is associated with a bank, has their own credit card. For instance, Delta is with American Express. Southwest Airlines is with Chase Bank. American Airlines is with Citibank and Barclays Bank. But every airlines, even the Spirits, the low-cost airlines, Frontier, United, they all have credit cards. And if you sign up for a credit card, you usually have to spend X amount of dollars, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. You're going to get 50, 70,000 airline miles. And then if you're an entrepreneur like we are, or have a small business, you get a business card and leverage that. So you get a business card, pay your expenses. Now, for instance, I just got another credit card. I put my homeowner's insurance on it, my car insurance on it, and I get another 70,000 American airline miles. That's the equivalent of at least $1,500 to $2,000 worth of flights. And by getting these credit cards, you don't pay for luggage check-in, and you get priority boarding, discount Wi-Fi, and that sort of thing. So I think everybody should analyze the airlines that they fly to get them to the destination of their choice, their vacation destination, whether it's Hawaii, like I said, Las Vegas, wherever it is, internationally, etc., and utilize the credit cards that airline sponsors and get the sign-up bonus. And that would be, and like I told you, I was going to give you an example, the card I told you about. Heck, you don't have to. You could buy a pack of gum and get 50 or 70,000 on American Airlines. That's like giving you $1,000 worth of flights, and you leverage that with your spouse, your grown children, your business associates, and basically you're flying for free. Mm-hmm. So I would say for people to research the credit card of their choice. They all have. At Southwest, for instance, another example for families, they have a deal with Chase Bank. They offer 3 or 4 different credit cards, business, personal cards. If you accumulate so many reward points through your spending, you get enough flight credits, loyalty points to fly you and a companion free for 2 years. So these are insider tips. So Southwest is excellent. But every airline, whether it's United, Delta, again, is with American Express, leverage the sign-up bonuses, and you and your family could be flying for free the way I do.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. I will say this because it ties in with my next question. I will say I got a particular card that you told me about, and one of the things that was exciting to me was that first free check bag. I mean, usually that's like $60, right? So just having that card eliminates that, and it's not a lot to use that card. So that's definitely an immediate win. But I'm sure that people that you've worked with, right? There's always this one testimonial or this one customer win that just stands out in your head. You're like, that is the nicest thing somebody said about how I helped them. Do you have any of those? And can you share one or maybe 2 of those that stand out?
Be glad to. I think it's sort of a transition to my second tip. And that's basically families travel together. And obviously hotels, resorts rates have gone up tremendously. Again, inflation isn't at 4%. I'd say it's more like 30%. When it comes to travel and leisure. And I'm talking 4 or 5-star hotels. I'm not talking about Motel 6. And my second tip for families traveling, couples traveling, etc., girlfriend trip, it doesn't matter. When you think about accommodations for the typical trip, 5 to 7 days, forget the word hotel. Strike it from your vocabulary. Forget the word hotel. Why? Because do you realize that Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, Westin, Disney, Starwood, Wyndham, even the Ritz-Carlton, they're all hotels. We've all stayed there. We love them. Luxury resorts all around the world. Hawaii, we're over. United States, North Carolina, where I am in Florida, ski bum. But they all have vacation clubs. Now, they used to call them timeshares. Every one of the major hotel chains has their own vacation club. And you can go on the internet. Here's a resource, redweek.com, redweek.com, and rent from an owner a 1, a 2, 3-bedroom unit now, and all these units are in resorts. They come with full resorts. Some come with free golf, and the accommodations have full kitchens, washer dryers, balconies, and you're going to pay a third less than a hotel rate. And I use myself for an example. I'm a ski bum. For those skiers out there, I'm addicted to skiing. I've been skiing last 30 years competitively. And you go to Vail. Vail is, again, the Ritz-Carlton of ski areas. A Vail hotel room, the Marriott, in ski season goes for anywhere $1,200 to $1,500 a night, just for a nice hotel room. Oh, by the way, and another $60 or $70 to park your car. But you could get on the internet to some of these sites that I help my clients with, and in my speaking engagements. We don't have time to go into all these resources, but you could go on these internet sites and rent from an owner, not from Marriott now, a timeshare. Let's say I have one I use in Vail. I'll be out there for 2 months. A 1-bedroom, sleep 6. I have a garage. I have a balcony. I have a full kitchen. I have 3 flat screen TVs, free Wi-Fi, a clubhouse with indoor, outdoor pool, sauna, whirlpool, steam room, the whole bit. Free transportation, right? 5 minutes away. They pick you right up at the front door of the ski slope. And my cost of goods for that night, when I figured out renting and everything else, no taxes, is less than $200 a night. And I'm sleeping 6 people. Where a hotel room, all right, you're with me, in Vail is going for $1,500 a night without all these amenities. So whether you're going to Hawaii, again, you're in a Gulf country, North Carolina, there's Hilton Head, there's a Marriott there. They have 6, vacation clubs, they call them. They're really timeshares where golf is included. Sleeps 8. You don't pay to play golf or cart fees on 3 or 4 of the major courses in Hilton Head, and you're going to pay less than $2,000 a week, where a hotel would cost you $500 a night. So again, the number 2 tip, especially that the families appreciate, is that knowing that they don't have to own these timeshares or be a part of the vacation clubs, because they're all ripoffs. All the salespeople, they got a bad name, timeshares, because of the sale. They all lie. They all do. But if you know the inside secrets the way I do, you could rent from an owner and basically stay for pennies on the dollar. You're going to get triple the space, triple the amenities, and you're going to pay Motel 6 prices. You're going to pay a third the price of a normal hotel room. And another example, I'm down here, as I told you, Jay, in Palm Beach area. I go to the ocean. I'm in a resort. I'm in a 2-bedroom unit there, 3 flat screen TVs, full kitchen, washer, dryer, every activity, pickleball, tennis, free water aerobics, kids activities, hot tubs. And I'm paying less, or I show my clients how to pay less for that. And look at the savings with meals and the convenience. You go to Costco like I do before I check in Vail, and you don't have to pay for every meal out. And it saves families a lot of money and enables them, like I said, to live this lifestyle of privilege for pennies on a dollar by renting someone else's time, their vacation clubs. They're not using it. And this is around the world. It's not just in the tourist area. Disney World, Las Vegas, New York City, Vail, beach destinations, California, golf communities, North Carolina, Hilton Head, all the major resort destinations. So one big tip that my clients and the audiences really appreciate, they get back to me. I didn't know I can do that. I didn't know. And, you could rent a timeshare from the Marriott. Don't get me wrong, a 2-bedroom unit will cost you $800 here on Singer Island. Rent from the Marriott and then pay tax on that, or you could rent from an owner for $200. Okay, again, pennies on a dollar, that's less than motel rates. So for your audience to know that they have the capability of doing that, so when they're on the family vacation for either 4 or 5 nights, etc. So I would say that between accommodations and airfares, that makes up 80 to 90% of a couple's family's travel budget. And if we could eliminate those costs in the airfare and the accommodations, it enables, like I said, it brings people together so their memories can last forever. That's one of my themes. We look forward to servicing your dreams. And, if you could do it for pennies on a dollar, why not?
Well, Coach Chris, I agree 100%. I mean, that's amazing. Just that alone. You said redweek.com is
Yeah,
the
that's an example. There's some other sites, but Red Week's the largest. You could go
okay.
on that site, put in your destination, and they'll bring up resorts. I say there's hundreds of timeshares out there, but stick with the hotel chains. You know, it's managed by the hotel. Again, you're going to get cleanliness, you're going to get safety, security. And I've stayed at 38 Marriott resorts around the world, all over Hawaii, close to you in Hilton Head, New York, California. I'm a skier. I've skied in Lake Tahoe. As I mentioned, I do comedy clubs out there. So I'm well traveled, and I've stayed at 38 of the resorts. I've never been disappointed, and you learn the system. Also, here's another gimmick, an insider trip. If people get a hold of me, I have the number so people could go on these sales tours now with about 80% off because they're looking for live people that vacation. You have to spend an hour and a half of your time listening to the lies, but you save 80% on the trip. Usually they're 4-day, 3-night stays at major resorts. And that's another insider trick I use to get people traveling in these luxury places for pennies on the dollar.
Those timeshare people, they're I know it's lies. They're good at telling those lies. I mean, I've sat through some of those presentations.
Again, I want to make it clear to your audience that it's nothing but lies. The only way I used to own a lot of timeshares, part of my business is I do rent out timeshares to, my clients because I know the inside secrets, how to get them at a big discount. But I bought everything I own on resale. And I know the system, how to make the reservations, get in, in advance. And the other thing for instance, I'm here down in the beach area. My son's mother comes down here. We're basically in a penthouse overlooking the ocean. And again, for less than Motel 6, right? I'm not exaggerating, less than Motel 6, right? And you got a full kitchen, washer, dryer, and certainly every resort amenity you could think of.
That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So got a few more questions left. We're doing okay on time. So how did we call this the earned it, learned it, improved your authority? How did you learn all this and really decide that coaching people on how to travel more inexpensively was kind of a path you wanted to go down?
Well, like I said, I retired at an early age and I love to travel. So I've always been a guy that likes the deals, the side hustles, etc. I don't like to pay retail for anything. So I started interviewing people, researching. I found out about the golf resort, the Marriott program, Hilton Head. And I just continue to learn every day. I interview people, tourists, concierges, where the deals are, whether you're going out to eat, playing golf, like me, skiing, and every advantage. So it's a constant learning type of thing because everything changes in this world, especially the world we're in now with travel and leisure, how to beat the system. So I've learned basically, everybody asks me the same question, why don't I write a book? I do have an ebook, 99 travel tips. If they contact me, I'll send it to them. But the real inside secrets are loopholes. You're not going to find them in a book because the big companies such as Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, Westin, they all close up the loopholes. So there are a lot of experts out there. I don't want to sound narcissistic, but I consider myself one of the top, travel gurus that's been doing this for 20 years. And I've done it for myself.
Right.
Like I said, it's enabled me to live this lifestyle of privilege. I'm not rich, but I certainly live rich. Again, the accommodations alone that I have in Vail are probably worth $70,000 to $100,000. And I'm paying, again, pennies on the dollar that enabled me to do that. And also little things. As a veteran, I'm a veteran. I know to get my Vail ski pass as a veteran, you prove your veteran status, and I paid half off. Whereas you walk up to Vail and pay for a daily lift ticket last year was $265. I'm paying on my veterans pass like $500 or $600, and I could ski every day of the year at 30 resorts around the country owned by Vail Resorts. So there's little insider tips, whether you play golf, whether you like Broadway, whether you like Las Vegas. really how to beat the system. And that's what I'm all about. To me, it's like a game. How do you beat the system? It's all legal, by the way. You're not doing anything that it's all above board. It's just using your knowledge, your expertise, a little coaching, mentoring, dealing with an expert such as myself, and learning these systems.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I too like to ski, and I was amazed. I mean, I started skiing 25 years ago or more, actually now about 30 years ago. And I was amazed. We went to Jackson Hole a few years ago, right before the pandemic, and I was amazed at a daily lift ticket. So when you told me Vail was $265, in Jackson Hole, it was like 180 or something 3-4 years ago. I'm sure it's probably gone up to closer to 250. But I was amazed at how expensive daily lift tickets have become.
Everything's going up. Lift tickets and golf. You look at greens fees.
Yeah.
If you're a golfer, you're in North Carolina, greens fees at all. You like to play the good courses, the good resorts. I mean, they're astronomical. So the middle class family can still enjoy these if they know the insider secrets and deals where to go. If you're a golfer, I'm repeating myself, but Hilton Head, I know a resort there, right there in the Marriott, Sleeps 8. It's across the street from Harbor Town. You know where they play Harbor Town the week after the Masters? It's right across the street. You overlook the lighthouse, and you're paying Motel 6 prices, and it Sleeps 8. And then you're getting golf and carts for your golfing buddies for nothing.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's all about knowledge and, again, the loopholes, and that's what I provide my audience through my speaking engagements. I do speak all over the country, for association meetings, travel groups, seniors groups, everybody travels. So I try to give this value to whoever that is. And I'm not an expert. I get asked this question a lot. I am not an expert on cruises. I really don't cruise. But again, I know a good resource for your people out there that like to cruise. There's a newsletter called vacations2go.com. And a lot of my clients, and I've been told by the experts, vacations2go.com, that has cruise deals where you could save a lot of money if cruising's your thing. It's not my thing. I'm not really an expert on cruising.
Got it. Well, listen, we're coming towards the end. I've got a couple more questions for you. I mean, this information is powerful. It's useful by anybody because everybody does travel. I think this has been wonderful to hear. We've got a ticker at the bottom of the screen. If you want to get in touch with Coach Chris, lifetimeleisure@bellsouth.net. Just email him, lifetimeleisure@bellsouth.net. So, Chris, changing gears a little bit, personally or professionally, what's something that you're truly thankful for in your life?
Well, I'm thankful for health and wellness. I'm going to be turning 75, and I love to ski. I've had some physical disabilities, artificial hips, etc. And I still think the best things in life aren't the things. They're your health, number one. So that's mental and physical health. So I work out 4 or 5 days a week so I can ski. I played every sport from, football, basketball. I've done triathlons, and I believe physical health. So I go to the doctor's, checks up. I'm grateful for that I could still whiz down that mountain. One of my roommates, when I had a vacation home in Lake Tahoe, was an ex-Olympic skier from Austria. So he trained me in skiing, ski racing, so that, enjoy your health. Go to the doctor's checkup. The other thing is mental health. I believe in doing these type of shows, podcasts, being in mastermind groups. I spend a lot of time on the beach, but I'm always reading. I constantly look for information. I believe I'd like to be current, on all current events. And so I do a lot of reading and researching. And I like to get out there with the folks. I like to help them. I like to be active. I don't like to stay in. I don't travel as much as I used to. I used to travel to Europe, around the world. I've skied all the men's downhill things, go to major sporting events. So now it's a little more sedentary lifestyle, but I still love to travel and get out there. I love Broadway. I'm an ex-conductor. I've seen Les Miserables 92 times. I could conduct a show. And so I believe in being active, and every family's different. In other words, what you like to do might be different from me. Some people are into the museums, the national parks, but live the dream. Like I say, another one of my sound bites, dream for a moment, but remember for a lifetime. It's all about time and how well you spend it. But being able to spend it, and for pennies on a dollar, opens up a lot more doors for you, a lot more bucket list trips, a lot more reunion trips, and better vacations.
Fantastic. This has been an amazing interview. I've got one more question for you, but one of the things I just want to touch on, and then we'll go to the next question. One of the things that you've said a couple of times is your passion for staying current, staying up on the news, reading, lifelong learning. I want to say that we've done over 60 episodes now. We're recording more every week, 2-3 a week for the next couple months through the summer. We're going to be super busy. Your episode will be out probably in a couple weeks, and then we're just constantly recording new episodes. One of the themes that has come up over and over and over again among the experts, among the business owners, the entrepreneurs, the people that are just go-getters is lifelong learning. Everyone has that common theme. If you're a real go-getter, you understand. And it's one of the things that I love. I mean, you see a bookshelf behind me. These books are all just some of my books, but the ones that have kind of taught me a lesson that I can use, or maybe just something that I'm really passionate about that I want to learn. So the lifelong learning thing I get. With that being said, I know we got to wrap up. So I'm going to ask you for one. I know that every business, and I'm sure in your business, you're getting asked a ton of questions because everybody's like, yeah, but how about this? Or what about this? Everyone's got like that frequently asked question, that question everybody asks them when it comes to travel or when it comes to saving money on travel, or maybe an objection that you overcome. If I were to ask you, what's the biggest thing that you get asked or people challenge you on? What would it be, and what's your answer?
Well, a lot of times after I speak, people don't believe me. If it sounds good to be true, they've been exposed to scammers. Like I said, they're renting the timeshare from another owner, and you have to overcome that objection. Even though it sounds too good to be true, it is true. You can travel. I'm the perfect example. I'm the living proof for pennies on a dollar. But again, like you said, the mental toughness, you got to research, you got to do your homework. I read travel blogs every day. I read books. I'm on different, I believe in having a mentorship program, a coaching program. I'm a professional speaker, comedian. I believe in mentorship, and anything you're trying to accomplish, go to the experts, mastermind groups, do your due diligence with research. Stay current events as possible. Any environment you're in, any business, any expertise you have, things change, especially in this political climate we're in now. It changes daily. Just keep up on your topic. Your show's about experts. They must stay current, like I say, relevant, and provide their audience, like I've tried to do here, immediate, actionable value, not just motivation. Give them immediate, actionable value. And I'll add here, besides my email, if people want to call me directly for a 10-minute consultation, because travel is very individualistic. Some people want to go to national parks, other people play golf, like I said, Vegas. Some people want to sit on the beach in Maui. I'll even give my personal phone number. Just mention they've heard me on your expert show, Jay, and sure. I'll give them 10 or 15 minutes of my time, point them in the right directions. And I do speaking engagements. So if they have groups that do travel, they think this type of information will be beneficial. My rates, like I've been told, I'm a bargain, money back guarantee. I certainly provide a greater emphasis on the deals, the contacts, the etc., the resources, so to speak. So my phone number, I'm in Florida on Eastern time. I'm in Palm Beach, Florida now, is 561-386-2986. I repeat, 561-386-2986. Do say you heard me. This is only available for people that watch your podcast. and just say they heard me on your show, Jay, and I'll be glad to spend 10 or 15 minutes with them and point them in the right directions, because travel is very individualistic. Some people, want to do the national parks. Other people are golfers. We mentioned skiing. Other people want to go to museums in Europe or do international travel. And it's very detailed there. And especially the economy, people want to know that they got the best deal. And that's what I'm all about. I'm the travel coach. We coach the deals.
I love it. Coach Chris, thank you so much for being a guest today. If you want to learn more, 10 to 15 minute call at that number, 561-386-2986, or you can email Coach Chris, which his email is coming right back up here in just a minute. Here it is. Email him at lifetimeleisure@bellsouth.net, lifetimeleisure@bellsouth.net, or give him a call. Tell him you heard him on our Meet the Experts show. Coach Chris, thanks again for being a guest, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, safe travels to all your audiences. And the other thing is safety. Always, in today's environment, think safety.
Yes.
And be safe and enjoy yourself. Create those lasting memories and experiences is more important than material things.
Absolutely. Well, we do appreciate you. Stick around backstage. I'll be right with you, and we'll just go ahead and wrap up the episode. Thanks again. All righty. I did promise, if you wanted to learn how to be a future guest on Meet the Experts, it's very easy to do. You go to www.meettheexpertspodcast.com, www.meettheexpertspodcast.com, just like Christopher did. Coach Chris, when our Chris reached out to him and he booked, and I spoke with Coach Chris 15, 20 minutes talking to him about the show, making sure everything was good from an audio video standpoint. He recommended a credit card to me through one of the airlines. I looked it up. I did some research, did some due diligence, did some homework, and I was like, yes, this is a good deal. As much as I travel through this particular airline. So we did it. He's got tips. He has got some actionable items. And he said, Jay, when I'm on your show, I'm going to bring the actionable items. So always happy to interview people who bring value in advance. And really, if you're looking to travel and save some money, I was taking notes. Through the whole episode. So I'm excited. I'm gonna take advantage and see what we can do. So, but again, this has been another fun episode. If you want to be a guest, costs you nothing, by the way, to be a guest, and we'll give you the video, and you can use it in your marketing on your website and wherever else you would like to use it, social media, YouTube, meettheexpertspodcast.com. But until next time, it was great to see you on another episode of Meet the Experts.